Look at her.
Valentina. Oh,
it's
this
her.
bitch.
Valentina.
I'll tell you something, honey. I was, Valentina on the show, on Drag Race, I was like, this bitch is getting away with murder on our show. It really felt like she was set to be the winner. Until she had that obviously infamous moment with her mask.
Yes.
And not taking it off in the lip sync. But during that, it was clear to me that Valentina really knows how to play reality TV when we were doing the Snatch game. And I was doing a horrible Nene Leakes that I will never do again. And she was Miss Colombia or Venezuela right next to me. And so the rule was like Ru would say, okay, she'd ask the question and then you'd have a certain amount of time to fill out your answer. And then she'd say pencils down and that's it. And so then you'd say your answer when she got to you. So here I am, all prim and proper, following the rules. I'm like, okay, Ru said, put down your pencils, put down your pencil, Peppermint. And Valentina was just sitting there, getting ready for the camera, making her because her character was supposed to be crying and upset.
Right,
and so she snot running down, and she was really putting it over the edge. While we were writing, I was like, girl, you ain't writing, honey. You ain't gonna get this question. And so I would write my answer, and we had 10 seconds, so I had her just first word that comes to mind, write it. Of course, I was like, damn, I wish I had thought of something different. I wish I had more time. Valentina was waiting until RuPaul said pencils down. Everyone had their answers done. She would listen to people's answers, and then she would pick up her pencil and write. And I was like, nobody's saying anything. What's going on? And then she had her answers, and she did lovely. And I was like, this girl knows what she's doing. I'm focused on the rules of this challenge. She's thinking about the show. And that's when I knew she was one to watch. She always really made sure that her situation was taken care of because it would be good TV. And so she would always be the last one to get ready. She would start getting ready for everyone and be the last one, making sure everything was impeccable and in place. And one day she glued her entire hand. She was just gluing her nails on the table and then went to move and her whole hand was glued to the table.
Oh my gosh.
And they were like, RuPaul is waiting. And she was like, well, honey, my hand's glued. And I was like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And so we eventually obviously got her hand unstuck from the table. She was my swimming partner when we would take breaks on the weekend. We allowed to go to the pool and sit for a couple minutes. And she was my partner through the whole season. So we would talk and sing. She's got a great singing voice. I know some people might not believe it, but she has a great singing voice. And I love her very much.
She's a sweetie. Lady Red, RuPaul is waiting!
Oh, to where?
That's must have set hearts afire.
It did. RuPaul's
RuPaul is waiting.